Hello everyone, and welcome to OceanBlock's 2, a fairly new Feed the Beast mod pack. And I am just so excited to play this. Here we are, loading into a new world. We'll just have a survival world here. We'll call it Heroes World. And let's go. We start our adventure here on the starter island. This isn't our island. Gotta run through that purple portal thing down here. Once we get in here, we'll have 4 or 5 choices of worlds, and we are taking a familiar life pod. So this is our world. Things will spawn in here in a second. This is kind of lucky that we have a source of dirt right off the bat, the mycelium biome over there. Every time you spawn in, it'll be different. Sometimes you'll get lucky with that and sometimes you won't. So this is a mod pack that you will need to start right away on with the quest book. That beginning quest line right there, getting started, is going to kind of walk you through everything. But fear not, I'm going to walk you through everything. This first episode is set up kind of as a let's play, also tutorial. So enjoy, and if you like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. We're on a crash. They're gonna give us a few things to start with, like a map and a little bit of ration. But food's never gonna be a problem. And they're gonna say, hey, you need to go out and search for some slabs and a crafting table. That's just what we'll do. So first, let's check out our little landing pod. In the middle of it, we have a barrel. It's going to store some of our goods. And one little trick that could get you started is underneath here, there's a few extra things in a underwater shulker box. So we don't need those for now. Let's get swimming. We have got to get some spruce planks. I'll be right back when we got those. Okay, here we are. We've made it. A couple of things to note. One is that Ultimine is part of the pack, so I always set my Ultimine to Shift and F using the keybinds. But it's automatically set to the tilde key, which is right next to, it's just to the left of the number 1 key on your keyboard. One thing I know is that we can break in the banners. Breaking the banners will bring you banners, but if you break them with a flint, one of these, a flint shears, look what we'll get. String, which will be useful. So it looks like we also got frog lights, copper wire, and of course those 6 flint in the barrel. So these barrels can be quite lucrative. You can find all kinds of stuff. There's very important. We found bamboo. Now we have bamboo and string, and in a second that will help us make a raft. So let's go ahead and snatch up the rest of this, turn it into string real quick. And now let's go back to finding our wood. We need 4 wood planks. And 1 slab. Slabs can be turned into wood planks just by putting them on top of each other in a crafting. So there we go. We have our first quest done. We have searched out. Oh, we need to make a crafting table, huh? Forgot that's why we need the planks. And one thing to note is that we have tinkers, so you can make this upgraded crafting table. And in a minute we'll see why that's important. So now we have found our essential stuff. we've broken a barrel by turning flint into shears. And we'll get this barrel smasher. And we have got string by breaking the banners. We've got string through breaking the banners. I can't talk. And we need to quit falling through the ground, find our raft. So let's go back to our raft. Okay, we are back at the raft. So let's see what we have to do next. It wants us to make a bamboo boat. So let's do that. Let's jump down here and set down our crafting table. And let's make a bamboo boat. To do that, we need 3 bamboo and 4 string. So 1, 2, 3, 4 string, 3 bamboo. We have a bamboo boat. Now your bamboo boat will take you on the water safely. But one thing we're going to need to do to really be safe is to set our home. So slash set home. Now if we do get lost, which we will, we always have a way back to home. We can just slash home and it'll take us in a couple seconds back to our home. So a couple little tips there for getting started. Okay, so bamboo raft done. Take your experience. Now it wants you to create a water strainer. So to do that, we're going to need 2 spruce planks, 3 cloth mesh, and 2 sticks. Cloth mesh each require 5 string and 4 pieces of wood. So let's see if we have any of that stuff on us. We have a little bit. That should be enough sticks. Let's try to make our cloth mesh. We'll need 3 of them. Looks like we have enough for 3. We actually had enough for 4, but we need to save those resources because we need those sticks and those 2 planks to make our spruce strainer. Just make sure that the first time you do go to one of the outside rafts, you just go ahead and grab enough material. The strainer will go in the water and it will begin to collect things. So I'll be right back after this has started collecting enough stuff for us to really look at. Okay, it's been a few moments and it looks like we have enough stone pebbles and some oak saplings and a little bit of food. We can take the stone pebbles, we can create 2 cobblestone, and we can take our oak sapling. It's going to want us to plant our sapling into the ground, which means we need dirt. Gather wood logs, put it in dirt. We don't have dirt, but we did land really nicely and close to that little island. So there we go. We'll grab some of that. Here we go. Got 61. Again, all I did was shift click. Put down just a little bit of dirt here. There we go. We have a starter island. And one of the things you can do in the game, it's called twerking. So that's why we needed those 2 pieces of stone. Create a stone hoe here. And as long as that's in our hand, if we hit shift. Ooh, what am I doing? There we go. We twerk a little bit. tree will grow. And we can use Ultimine to cut them all down at once. Those items will fall in, they will come back up. Looks at first like everything just sinks, but sometimes it floats. So, but if we ever need more saplings, we have some. Right now we've got acacia, birch, and oak. But spruce saplings will also grow. Okay, so you have to have your hoe in your hand, and then you twerk. There are our saplings that fell to the ground. I wonder something. What if we put it in our offhand? Will twerking work then? No. So it has to actually be in your hand. Okay. What's next? Next up, now that we have wood, we need to get enough cobblestone pebbles to make enough cobblestone to make a furnace. And I think we actually have enough for a furnace, so let's go make that. Let's check. Let's grab these. Go back in. And I also want to make a pickaxe because let's do some remodeling and take this wall out. Okay, we have enough. Now we have a furnace. The next quest it wants us to do is to make this dripper. Oh, we already have some. Let's put the dripper on top of the dirt. We're just going to do it by clicking the top side of the dirt. That automatically puts the dripper up there. I do believe you have to get water in the dripper. That should turn into clay. There we go. Now we were lucky we had an island nearby. I have had a playthrough where this is my second playthrough. Actually my third. Well no, it is my second. My first time I died really quickly. I went into one of those. And I played a different, I didn't play the raft. This one I played a different one. So. Alright, there we go. Let's bring our crafting table out here. And start a little storage monster. So anything we put in here will be accessible through our crafting table. Strainer, we did finally get a spruce seed. Okay, what's next? What does it want us to do? Do this, collect clay. And now we're gonna make the wooden sluice. So a sluice is just wood and a stick. You can type in sluice, you can click the button. We need sticks is what it's saying. Let's turn all of these into sticks. Look at this, different. Let's make 2 sluices. With each sluice, we will also need the mesh. It says we have it, which we do because we have it working for us here. But we actually don't have a mesh yet, so we need to make the mesh. There we go, 5. Okay, we only have enough for one mesh. So let's see, let's get our dripper out of the way. Can make an axe. Let's use our axe, get the dripper out of the way. Maybe that needs a pickaxe. Where's our pickaxe? Yeah, that's faster. Then let's put our sluice right here. Nope, that's not. Because in front of that sluice, we're gonna put a crafting table. So maybe we put it right here. Use our axe and get rid of this stuff. Boom. We'll use our oak barrel here in a minute for something else. Alright, and then why clay? Well, I think it's because we're gonna make, since we don't have iron, we can cook clay. And look at all these saplings. Well, we can use these saplings as a fuel source. There we go. Buckets of water in here. There we go. Let's grab that extra dirt we had and let's put it in the sieve. See what we get. We are getting seeds, and it wanted us to get a grass seed, and we did. Now we can plant grass, and maybe, and I don't know if we're in the right biome, but maybe some stuff will spawn. Okay, where are we at now? We have grass. Great. It wants us now to kill a mob. Build a dark room somewhere underwater, about 24 blocks away. Mobs will not spawn in the aquabound expanse biome. Well, I don't know how to tell what biome I'm in. I look at stuff, but it doesn't necessarily tell me. So we'll hold off on that for a second. We'll find a way to get a mob somewhat other way. Build a chest. We get an iron chest actually, and 10 XP. Now that we have an iron chest, let's break that thing. Let's put it here. How about right here for the sluice with the iron chest in front? Mesh there. Fill it with some water. Looks like you can fill it with 10 buckets or so. Okay. Done with that for now. What is next? Next is underwater growth. So one thing that is different between this mod pack and others that we've played is that your farm has to go underwater. So you cannot grow crops above the land. They have to be in the water. So let's make a little 12 or a 3x4 underwater garden area here. On the rest of this. be our front yard. And let's use one of our frog lights over here. Boom, frog light. There we go. Now, take some of the seeds that we were getting. Is that it? That's all of them. And plant them. Oh, we needed our hoe. Where did hoe go? So notice that I can't plant above ground, but I can below ground. And if I twerk while holding the hoe, then you can just, it's like bone mealing your crop. So that's what we'll do. Okay, be back in a second when I get this all set up the way I want it. Okay, so we've got tomatoes and wheat set up, and you can see there at the bottom that an airdrop is incoming. And this happens every now and then. Let's go check that out. Be back when we're on board. Alright, so here we are. Looks like our airdrop has brought us a feeding trough, some Certus quartz, some honey bottles, and these are always random. Copper cluster, nickel cluster, kind of lantern, and an industrial lever. Oh my gosh, we've got a building gadget. And 11 cast iron. Wow, that's actually huge. Over here we've got a battery template, another banana, industrial alarm, and a diamond stick is also big. Diamond stick lets you place blocks. Check this out. If I hold a block in my hand and I have the diamond stick in my hand, I can set down all of the blocks, up to 128 blocks at one time. I don't want to do that right here, but we'll play with that in a little bit. While we're here, let's go ahead and take some of the goodies that are on this ship, because I do think it will disappear. So we want all that. We also want to grab the wool. So let's build up and get the wool. Take the red wool, just take a little bit of the white wool. Oh man, dropped it. Just take that one. I need actually two. I should have grabbed that other. Watch this. There's a little trick you can do. Since we have the Ultimine, we can put a block here, hopefully. There we go. Put one there. Oh, get in there. Oh, we're wasting more time than we're saving, but if you put one, well, whatever. If you get one that connects them, you can get all of them in one go. Not that we needed to. Just grab that too. Okay. Well, now we've got all this wool. It will come in handy. We can also break the campfires and get charcoal. We've got endless wood, so I'm not real worried. There we go. So let me figure out what we've got, get set up a little bit, organized, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Do you notice anything different? I put a light in my hair. I don't know. I just clicked on it and it went on my head, and now I've got a headlamp. Kind of cool. I like it. But we're now using this stick, this diamond stick, to place blocks kind of like we're in Skyblock. So we're expanding our base out a little bit. So that we can have extra room. We'll build more structure right here. Alright, so I also made a bed, and I've taken off the front of our house. Not much else. I just wanted you to see the headlamp. Alright, be back in just a minute when we're ready to proceed. Welcome back. We're just waking up, and I haven't done too much to change much. But I do have a little box here for treasures. Right now, this kind of stuff is our treasure. This box is our crafting supply, our building blocks, and look, whoa. This is a redstone clock. I think that's going to be a treasure. But I do have this mineral log that I think is pretty cool. I wonder if twerking works on it. Mineral sapling. I called it a log. I mean, I do have a mineral sapling. Not gonna work. And we have a trader. Hey, do you know why my mineral sapling isn't working? You do? Well, I have no emeralds for you, sir. And, so I'm not exactly sure what you want to do. But, you're welcome to stay for a while. Okay, well, let's put our sapling in with our treasures. Or, how about this? How about we put it over here, plant it, and see what happens. Maybe it'll grow. We'll leave it alone for now. We are now collecting industrial hemp. In our sieve, we got an industrial hemp seed. I planted it, and now we're gonna twerk our way to a stack of this, because hemp can be turned into string, and I'm hoping to make a couple more of these spruce strainers. Speaking of spruce strainers, we would need spruce to do that. So let's get a spruce tree. There we go. Let's do some storage crates. Functional storage is a mod added. I say this with a question mark. I'm not. There we go. Yep. We want functional storage. We've got chest. We want planks. So now there's our functional storage chest. We can start putting those here, so that when we have these items, we can pull them out and organize them. Okay, let's see. Yes, storage for little things. We get a copper upgrade and another storage. So we need sugar cane and cocoa beans. It looks like we have sugar cane and cocoa beans, and that quest is now done. A stick surrounded by hemp makes these. Okay. I think we're gonna have to get rid of that trader. He's kind of annoying. There we go. 8 dark leather. And with that dark leather, we can make a backpack. 4 string, 4 of these weird leather, and now we have a backpack. If we hit B, we can get into our backpack and we can store our treasures for if we go treasure hunting. Okay. So I'm going to take care of this guy, and I'll be right back. Oh look, we're back, and somehow I got a lead and a couple leather and an Inferium essence, which is going to be important later on. Alright, be right back when we figure out what we're going to do next. Okay, welcome back. Look what we've done. We've added a little bit here. And ooh, gotta be careful, huh? This building stick not to put another level on top. So we expanded. We moved our strainers over here so they can be closer to the storage. I've evened up the storage so every place has a spot. There we go. Yeah, so that's that. We'll add more storage over here for our blocks and stuff that we can turn these into andesite blocks, and we can put a couple andesite blocks there. So eventually this will be our house, and this will be our kind of walkway, and we'll keep building out with the grass. But speaking of grass, kind of wanted to show you how to make that. So I don't know that it's a quest, but we'll need, oh, can I turn these slabs into cobblestone? I've used almost all my cobble. Can. There we go. Okay, so we'll need a hammer. And I think a hammer could be built with 3 sticks and 2 cobblestone. Then we want to take our cobblestone and turn it into compressed cobblestone. So these 4 compressed cobblestone we can place down, and we can break with the hammer. And they will turn into gravel. Then we can compress the gravel, and guess what gravel turns into when we break it? Dirt. So that's how you can make dirt early game. You get the rocks, you can make the dirt. Alright, grab our stick. Put our dirt in our offhand. Be very careful. Alright, we can't go all the way out. But that's how that works. Now you know how to get an endless source of dirt. Let's go ahead and clean our strainers again and see if we can finish up building that front lawn. These, all I got to do is click. It'll pull it straight out of my inventory, which is nice. Most of you guys know that. I think this one is the stone. There we go. Not a lot just yet. Oh, I'm missing one. I don't have a place for granite. Oh, I do have a place for granite. I was just using I was putting it in the place for andesite. Okay, now this is sandstone. So it's kind of the same thing with sandstone. You can lay down a bunch of sandstone, smash it with a hammer, and it will become sand. Then of course we can take our saplings, which we seem to always have a lot of, and burn them Now we can have glass. Let's see what's on our next quest right before we go sleeping. Okay, there's the hammer I just showed you. And the compressed cobblestone that I showed you. You can actually find triple compressed dirt in barrels when you go out adventuring. So, alright. Well, let's sleep for the night, and I'll see you guys in the morning when something exciting happens. Okay, morning. I worked a little bit last night, not too much. Just moved the strainers over. And hopefully now it's time to do a little bit of straining, because the next thing we need to do is make iron ingots. We were lucky enough to find cast iron, so... And to make iron ingots, we're going to strain gravel. Let's get this stuff put up. Also, I want to bring my food over, so let me just grab this while we're here. Any kind of plant item or food I want to bring over to that chest as well. I also want to bring, oh, not that. Yeah, not granite. Okay. Yep, just that stuff. Alright, let's put our food in here. And there we go. I didn't have enough. I broke my hemp seed, so I don't have hemp. But we have 3 of these for now. Once we are able to make a better mesh, we'll make it. Okay, so here's the cool part. Just have 3 going at a time. And they're gonna get tiny coal, copper chunks, iron chunks, lead, flint, osmium, all kinds of stuff, and it's gonna put it over here as well. Eventually we'll have this automated. Kind of like all the mods 9 to the sky, you can automate your processing. Kind of feel like once we get into what is it? Mystical agriculture, we'll be past this point. Alright, let's just sieve up 3 more. Grab our iron chunks. Go over here. Oh, let's grab our tiny coal as well. We might as well use that. Go over here in our furnace and start burning these into nuggets. Alright, as we do that, let's make a couple more furnaces, because I feel like we'll need some more. Grab all the stuff out of these 3. We could have more of these. I don't know that we need more right now. I think the only thing that we don't have is stone, and that's what we need over here, so if you click this little button, it'll even out all of the items, and then you can shift click and make. Okay, let me sieve up these and I'll be right back. Welcome back. We're getting rained on. That's lightning. A little bit scary, but I'm still out here sieving away, trying to get enough iron to make an iron mesh. So an iron mesh is made with 4 iron ingots, cloth mesh, and string. So right now, I broke down and I added 3 more strainers so that we could get more blocks, cobblestone. But then I remembered, oh yeah, we have sandstone. And sand is actually better because we get a little bit higher rate of iron, and we get gold and osmium and some other stuff that will come in handy later. So that's where we're at. Some of you might wonder, well, could we place sand all the way down to the floor and make like a little tunnel all the way down there? And the answer is yes, you can actually do that, but at some point the pressure gets to you, and unless you have a pressure suit, you can't go any lower than that and you end up dying. So that is one way to think about getting down to the floor so you can actually mine, but that doesn't happen until you get a lot of until you get the pressure suit, which is actually a quest, and it's right here. So you need this diving suit. You have to put air in the diving suit. So I think we have enough materials to make the helmet, but the armor and stuff require this brown polymer, which is kelp, and brown dye, which means we need to go on a quest, because kelp can be found in chest, and I don't know any other way to make kelp or find kelp. So okay, that's the update. Here is our airdrop incoming. So let's go do that airdrop, and then we'll end episode 1. Okay, here we are. Finally made it over to the airdrop. And it does look like that other one, which was right about there, or right over here, is gone, but we can check. Let's see what we got. We got some logic cables, some more honey, and a sorceberry pie. Wow, some more cast iron ingots. Quartz fiber, and upgrade jump boost. Refill upgrade for our backpack. Unassembled PCB, which seems to have been a quest item. And some gold clusters and copper clusters. Also a glyph from Ars Nouveau. Okay, so you know the deal. Missed it again. Okay. Well, I think let's head back to our base. Thanks everybody for watching this episode 1, and episode 2 we'll go on an adventure.